Hey everyone, welcome back to the JavaScript course. So inside this video, we'll be exploring about the JavaScript break and continue statements. And if you find this interesting, let's get started right away.
So in this video, we'll be looking into the break and the continue keywords inside of JavaScript. Okay, so inside my VS Code, I've opened up my index.html file, my style.css file, as well as my script.js file. So there is some basic boilerplate code present inside my index file, and some basic styling given to the style.css file, and a basic console.log text inside my script file. Okay, so now let's start exploring about the break statement as well as the continue statement. Okay, so firstly, we have already explored about the break, like how exactly it works inside the switch case. So the break essentially breaks out of a loop, or it just terminates out of the loop. So let's understand break with the help of a better example. So let's take a for loop. Okay, so for let I equals to 0 and I is less than 10, I plus plus. Okay, so we're going to apply a condition first, that is if the I value in case it becomes 3, okay, we are going to say break. Okay, after that we're just going to print the I value. Okay, so let's see how exactly the for loop works. So the first time the for loop runs, I value is 0, and it's going to check the condition, that is I is less than 10. Yeah, it is true. So if it's going to check this also, that is if I equals to 3, that is not true. So it's going to print out I. Okay, so it is going to print out 0 for the first time. So after that I becomes I plus plus. So I value is set to be 1. So is I less than 10? Yes, that is true. And it's again going to come into the for loop and check the first condition. If 1 equals to 3, that is false. So it's going to print out 1 in the console, right? So the next thing is I becomes 2. So 2 is less than 10. So again it comes inside the console and it is going to check the condition, that is if 2 equals to 3, that is false. So it's going to print the console value, that is 2. Okay, and the next time it's gonna print is, so let's say I becomes 3 after 2 because it's incremented over here, and then 3 is less than 10, it is true. And the first condition is going to check if 3 equals to 3, yes it is true. So it is going to execute break. So break in the sense it's going to break out of the for loop and it's going to come over here. Okay, so essentially we should get 0, 1 and 2 inside our console. So let's check that out. So save the file once and then let's come back to the console once. Yeah, so there you go, we are getting 0, 1, 2 inside the console, because when the I value becomes 3, it is generally going to this condition and it is breaking out because the condition has been matched. Okay, so that's about the break statement or the break keyword. So now let's look into the continue one. Okay, so continue keyword. Okay, so essentially continue keyword is only gonna break up a particular iteration when the specific condition is gonna match. Okay, it's not gonna go out of the particular for loop which we're using. It's only gonna break that particular iteration and it's gonna skip that iteration. Okay, if you use the continue keyword. So let's take the same example. So let's say for let I equals to 0 and then I is less than 10, you're gonna say I plus plus. Okay, you're gonna apply a condition. Let's say for if I equals to 4, we're going to say continue, and after that we're going to print the console.log of I. Okay, yeah, so essentially inside this for loop, firstly we're going to check if I equals to 0 and I is less than 10, that is true, and we're going to go into the for loop. Okay, it's going to check the first condition, that is if I equals to 4, that is false. So it's going to print out the first value of I, that is going to be 0. Okay, next I value is incremented by 1 and it's going to check the condition if I is less than 10. So yeah, 1 is less than 10, it's going to go inside the for loop and then it's going to check the condition if 1 is equals to 4. So that is false. So that's the reason we're going to come to the next console.log message and print that correct value. So it's going to be 1, and after that it's again going to get incremented, that is I becomes 2. It's going to check the condition if 2 is less than 10, it is less than 10. So it's going to come into the for loop. So 2 equals to 4, so that condition is false. So it's going to print that value over here, that is 2. So after that the value gets incremented, so it's going to become 3. So it's going to check if 3 is less than 10, yes that is true, and then 3 equals to 4, that is false. So it's going to print the correct value over here. Okay, so now the value becomes 4. right? So it's going to check that is if 4 equals to 4. Yes, that is true. So after that we have a continue over here. So as I told, if the condition becomes false, this iteration is not going to get executed, it's going to get skipped. So we are not going to get we are not going to print anything in the console. Okay, so it's going to say print nothing. So this is just for understanding, it's not going to print anything. So after that the value is going to become 5. So we're going to check if 5 is less than 10. Yes, that is true. So again we're going to print in 5 in the console because this condition has already been executed. Okay, so similarly we're going to print the remaining values as well, that is 6, then 7, then we have 8, we have 9. Okay, so after 9 it's not going to get executed because after the iteration it's going to become 10. So 10 is less than 10, that value becomes false, so it's going to terminate out of the for loop, right? So I think, yeah, that's it about the continue keyword. So essentially we should get 0 1 2 3 and then yeah, 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so let's save the file once and check out the console. Yeah, so let's comment this one out because that's a bit confusing to see the output. So now let's see the output. Yeah, so 0 1 2 3. So instead of 4, because we had the continue keyword, that is not showing. After that we are showing 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so let's say we have the continue keyword for 3, right? So now 3 is not going to be shown. Okay, it should be 0 1 4 5 6. So 0 1 2 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so that's essentially how the continue keyword works. So I think that's the basic about the break keyword as well as the continue keyword. So the break keyword we have already explored about it in the switch statement case, right? So it used to break out of that particular the case when the condition used to match after executing that particular code. So now inside the continue keyword, it's only going to break that particular iteration and then it's going to continue for the remaining iterations, and then it's going to break out when the condition over here fails, that is inside the for loop. Okay, so I think that's it about the break and the continue keywords. That is the basics of it. So let's see in the next video, and then thank you for watching.